enjoy the ride, we're on our way. One track, no turning back, forget yesterday. Unknown destination, aiming for the sky. So high, so high, so high. Killing frustration, we're doing it all to survive the nightfall. When you fight against the time and you're about to lose your mind, it's easy to cross the line. You live or you die, live or you die.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to, where are we? Edge Runner Blues, Fear Incorporated. This is our second episode. We have a interesting party breakup right now. 3 or 4 different locations, some of them by yourselves. We're in for an interesting night. But for right now, let's make a quick go around to introduce everybody. Let's start with Izzy today.
Hi, my name's Izzy. You don't know me, but you could know me over at the TTRP Discord server. We have places where you can post memes, talk about the various shows on our channel, which there are many, and they're all very good. And there are also places where you could talk directly to me. Anyway, that's who I am. I'm playing Chip Demithurge, CEO of Fear Inc., apparently daddy to some, and to others an irresponsible asshole.
More on
See
the
what
Both. It could be both, though.
Oh, yeah, no. In most cases, it's probably both.
So. All right. Then let's move around to John. Not John. We don't have a John. Jason. Let's read names.
Hi, I'm Jason Fryer. I'll be playing Kitty Hawk tonight. I'm an author, game designer, and general curmudgeon. So this is exactly the kind of place I want to be. So thank you.
All right. And we're going to do the guys first, I think, tonight. So let's move on to Steven. Steve.
I'm Steven, and I'll be playing Andy Riker tonight. I am just somebody that loves to act with other people, and I'm super happy to be here.
Excellent. So then, ladies, we did Tommy first last week, so we're going to go to Jackie this time.
Hey guys, I'm Jackie. I play Jade, or Jas for short, in the campaign. I have been a gamer for a very long time, just like being social.
All right. I think we got a few old-time gamers here, a long time. I know I have about 40 years in it, so I think Jason's right there with me. So, but now, last but not least, Tommy.
I'm Tommy. I have no social handles that I use very often, but you can find me on the TTRP Theater Discord and on various other shows like Heritage and Honor and Vengeance and Baldery and probably other things that are going to happen in the future. So.
All right. Well, before we get started much further than that, I wanted to bring up something. Last week was my 11th anniversary of living. I almost died 11 years ago last week. So I want to bring up the fact that people should learn what the hell the symptoms of heart attacks and so forth are. So please take time. It may not be you who you save, but your loved ones, even a stranger. So please, and I'm going to post a link in chat if I did it right. Please go check out the symptoms. They are different for male and female, and at least be aware of them. Because, yep, it was an emergency bypass and 3 days in a coma. So don't want to have you do that. So make sure you get checked if you ever have anything. But I found out it was a birth defect that I've had all my life, more or less. So, but at age 43, I had a massive heart attack and had been having minor heart attacks and micro heart attacks for almost 10 years prior. So please make sure you get checked if you have any symptoms. All right. So moving on. Last week, our players, and our characters received a call to go pick up a package. and the person who had this package, or at least parts of them if necessary, and to sanitize the area. So they came up with a plan to be discreet. Well, they had to be discreet. So they came up with a plan to use Jade or Jazz and their Rocker Boy identity to show up at a nightclub at the local area and try to do a quick show. That was the reason for being there. And as they came into the area, they jumped off. 3 of them vacated the vehicle. Now, this is a question for you guys to make some clarification. Was it before you got to the parking lot that you jumped out like a block or 2 earlier? Or was it once you got to the parking lot, you just jumped out and took off? I just want to give you a moment of clarification.
I'm pretty sure we had parked, Jade had made a scene and we went the opposite direction. We came out the opposite side of the vehicle and just walked off. Okay,
I just wanted to make sure. So how far you were walking, it was more for a time frame.
Like 4 blocks or something?
Yep, that's what I said. I just wanted to make sure. And Jason, if you look on the Roll20, we're not going to be using it, but feel free. I believe I gave you ability to move the icon for the vehicle. If not, I will do so right now. Actually, I gave it to all players, so anybody can move that. So you can move your own icon and that to anywhere you think you would park or so forth. So you're free to do that at your leisure.
Okay. I think that's a perfect location anyway.
All right. So, all right. Then let's moving on. So we got you guys parked there, and Cupid jumped out, and then Andy was following. And Chip, you jumped out and we're trying to follow.
Yeah.
So was there anything we wanted to add here?
So Chip let Cupid and Andy go about 2 blocks ahead before he jumped out, and he's waiting on the corner for the intern to show up.
Yeah, you got about a 45-minute to an hour. I mean, I don't know how long you're planning to wait for this intern, and I forgot his name because he is your intern.
Chip don't know his name either.
Okay.
Jeffrey Hell.
Yeah.
Intern number 1.
1 of X.
So, yeah, you only called him a few minutes ago to tell him to get there in time frame. So,
well, he'll wait for 15 minutes before going.
All right. So you're letting those guys get a little lead on you. Did you give them the address? I believe you did.
I gave it to them so they could research the area before we went in.
And I passed all the information on to Cupid.
Yep. I'm trying to find my tab with the stuff I was looking for. Okay. One thing we didn't cover last time was weather. So it is the springtime of the year. I'm just going to match it to what I'm seeing outside. So, and today is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius, light rain. Just so you know the conditions. Not sure if that'll change. Also, did you guys set up any sort of communication?
Yes.
So you're all
yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I just wanted to confirm. I believed you did, but so you do have a group comms. And I'm assuming you're relaying this information back and forth that you're waiting for so-and-so, Chip?
Yeah, it was in the group Slack, the communication between me and them. Whether or not Cupid and Andy actually look at the group Slack, that's them.
All right. That's what I was looking for. I mean, so I want to know what's communication, because right now, last time we were here, Jazz had started we had set up when her session was doing what she was doing, setting up to make the distraction of putting on a little show at the club. Okay. So we had figured out what she was doing for her singing and how her acts would go. So we know where she's sitting right now. So you guys are running ahead. We're going to cover the 3 that ran ahead, or at least the 2. Streets are crowded. There's let me switch maps. And if you can zoom out and then relocate over. to the right of your screen. You'll see you'll see the characters. Towards the road, Curtis. There you go. All right. So, Chip, you said you were waiting about 15 minutes. Cupid, you're going to let him? Andy? You got comms. I'm just making sure. Chip's going, you two took off ahead of everybody.
Well,
I mean, I'm letting you.
She'll warn Chip that she's probably going to start drama within the 15 minutes. Like, it really depends on what goes on. So he might not want to just wait. Might want to help.
Gets on comms. Sure. Right. How much am I paying you?
I don't know. How much are you paying me?
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. I pick up the pace a little bit. I text the intern. Meet at actual address, bring gun, don't shoot anyone unless you have to.
Okay. You guys are moving along. I mean, you got 4 blocks, so I'm just kind of, there's plenty of crowd around. Lots of people. You got drunks sitting in the street. Passed out, you think? They could be just dead bodies. Lots of, this is a very poor, destitute neighborhood in general. You're living right off the edge of the war zone. And quite literally, like I said, the club earlier was right on the border, and I didn't bring up the map, but it's right on the border of a repaired zone. Okay, for whatever reason, I'm drawing blanks.
The combat zone?
Yeah, it's near the hot zone, basically.
Hot zone.
We're not too far from the hot zone. I'm bringing up the map, too, so I don't keep sounding like an idiot any more than normal. But there's lots of people around. And are you listening? Before we get started, Cupid, what do you look like? What are you running around carrying? Well, how are you appearing are you moving fast? I mean, in general, what's your appearance also? We never discussed that.
Well, I'm dressed as Cupid. So this is what Cupid's appearance looks like. She's wearing a combination of business wear and what's it called? Generic chic, where it's basically, it's very businessy casual, which is a bit kind of expensive for this area. So she does kind of stand out, but also, let's see, what weapon might she have on her?
Yeah, are you taking any means what weapons might you be? Are you taking any means to be discreet or to hide your identity?
Discretion is not her thing. So
okay. That question's going to be for the rest of you too.
I'm trying to think. Let's see. Probably give Andy the decision because she doesn't take anything seriously. So, Andy, a bow or a pistol? Bow is big and obvious, but it's silent, so no one will hear anyone die. Or it's pistol, we don't have a suppressor on it, but I can hide it.
We can always get louder. It's harder to get softer.
Bow?
Bow then.
Bow. So this is very, very not.
No, and you can be carrying multiple weapons. Don't feel free that you have, and you would not be the only person carrying a bow or crossbow. So don't feel like it's going to stand out from that aspect.
Oh, okay. If it's not, then she has a bow.
It's not uncommon, like nobody has them. So.
But it is not automatic.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something, it's kind of, as opposed to somebody with, it stands out a little bit, but it's not as unique as you might think.
Awesome. Great. So yeah, she has a bow with her. It's super obvious. It can't be concealed. It's just with her along with a quiver. And she doesn't look like she belongs in this area whatsoever.
Okay. Are you running? Are you just kind of walking? I'm just trying to get a
arm wrapped in Andy's arm, like probably slightly unwillingly, and just acting casual.
Okay, that's what I'm going for. How you were proceeding if you were running through the streets. Okay.
Yep.
Now there's several people around, and are you listening to anybody or paying attention to?
Absolutely.
You see some very disheveled, dirty, filthy people going, "EK is coming. He will be here soon. But we need to find the red-haired woman who's taken the box. Have you seen the red-haired woman?" And these are things you're hearing around.
Who is coming?
EK. If you stop and ask somebody, you'll get more than you maybe bargained for. That's obvious. Yes, there seem to be scattered several around. And you notice some of the other locals are kind of pointing in the general direction you're going.
Okay.
And I mean, there's several of these guys wandering around asking these questions.
So,
and if you, I'm going to let you maybe roll something if you want to ask more questions or ask questions.
Probably because people are running around asking about EK and a red box and a red-haired woman or something like that. So yes, we're going to ask questions. Like, this is
all right.
Very interesting.
So you going to stop and talk to the old one of them, or are you going to just listen?
Does it look like?
Back.
So you said people are pointing towards where we're headed.
They're pointing in the direction that you are headed. If a couple of them, like the old drunks laying there or something, because the guy offered them some change or something. You see some exchanges going on.
And everybody's kind of pointing in the direction that we're headed.
Not everybody, but you don't see 20 or 30 people. One guy, you might glance and see him kind of, well, I think somebody red-haired went that way.
Oh, I see. Does it seem like more people are headed toward that direction or away from that direction?
Like in general, like the crowd.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
like the crowd.
the crowd, the dirt shoveled, decrepit kind of people. If you look real closely, they kind of all look similar in dress. This is fairly obvious. They seem to be, and I can't think of what the role in this game is. Let me bring up somebody's character sheet.
Would we recognize like you said, so it's everybody has a similar outfit?
So perception?
I was thinking it would be a knowledge local or something like that, maybe.
Local expert, your home?
Yes, that would be
Your home.
perfect. But this isn't really your home, but let's go local. It's big enough in the city that you might have heard some rumblings. Though
Sure.
Little China isn't, you are only next door for the most part. Oh. Well, Cupid is the one there, and Andy would be nearby. You've heard some rumblings of a cult that's been going around talking about EK. They've also been producing a new drug you heard about, Andy.
Oh. That is?
It's called EK's Kiss.
First name's after himself.
Okay.
But you can share or not share that information, but that would be at least knowledge. You've heard that there's some sort of strange cult thing going on, and you've heard rumors, so you're fixing of edge runners and some of the locals.
Would I know what the effects of that drug are?
Unknown. You've only heard about it, and that was just because rumor mill. It's supposed to be kick-ass, hear voices like you're almost touching God. All the good drug rumors. ecstasy plus PCP plus, it's all rolled into one. Kind of anything you heard about.
Hey, Chip, we have cult activity, kind of.
Are they paying customers?
No.
Then don't pay them any mind.
Well, it seems that they're all kind of directing people to where we're headed.
Shit. Okay, well, you two pick up the pace. I will wobble my way as fast as I can towards you.
Okay. Now, before we lose track of Kitty and Jazz, Kitty,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm doing fine because I'm in the car.
You're hearing all this. Do you have any input or thoughts?
I'm used to this stuff. I mean, in Hong Kong, we had death cults, we had cannibal cults. I mean, it's just, this is standard stuff.
Okay. One thing you notice that around you across the street in particular, because you're in a different location, there are a limousine and a bunch of motorcycles surrounding this limousine out there, okay? And there's some guards standing there with some rifles.
Is that part of the gang that runs this place?
That would be a portion of the triad. That might be something about going on inside. But there's also a couple people that kind of occasionally walk through the parking lot you're in.
Okay.
But they look like they're general security, just to give you an idea. Some of them are looking at you. And are you running the engine?
Oh, yeah. It's never turning off. I've just got it on a low idle.
Okay, because you're still blowing a lot of dust and making noise, remember? Because that's got that jet pulse coming in. All right. Jazz. Sorry, I'm moving on. I mean, unless you got something to add, go ahead.
Nope. I'm just basically I've got my SMG on the dashboard and just keeping an eye out on everybody.
Okay, I'm just making sure I don't want you guys left because we're gonna get a little longer on the other guys soon. Jackie. I should say Jazz. You're up there probably by about now. You might be on stage singing.
Yep.
I've never been
done with my performance.
Okay, well, you haven't gotten that far yet. We're still in the middle because these guys are somewhere. So we're like at the beginning of your performance in general. It's
more of a mental thing for me. What would I roll to know what they're talking about with the drug?
I don't think you would need much to know about other if they shared it. But I'm just saying, I didn't. Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to follow up on that. Are you still on the comms even though you're singing?
Yes.
Okay, and all that stuff. So you look like you got you don't have an in you as an internal. It's something you're wearing, I assume.
Yeah, it looks like I'm singing into the headset, but the mic that I'm using for the stage is likely pinned my shirt.
Okay, I'm just making sure because somebody walking around and with the communication and singing it, they might question a few things, So that's wonderful.
Like Bluetooth, so.
Yep. Give me a perception check, and this is a really low DC, so this is not.
Did it go through?
Oh. Yeah, you're too distracted right now. Even at the low DC I had. Looks like that's a red. You rolled a 1, so that's even worse.
It's the lights, man. The lights are all up in my eyes. I can't see anything.
All right. All right. So what's going to happen? Your enjoyment will be happening shortly then, because you can't see stuff happening. All right, so we're going to move back to Cupid and Andy.
I've heard about this FK's Kiss. It's supposed to be quite the drug. Some say they even see God in the highs.
So like blue glass.
Something like that.
Okay. So
why do you know that?
Don't worry about that.
Have you met him?
It's all about the poison and the medicine are just it's all in the dosage.
I was talking to Cupid, but yeah, you too, Andy. Do I have to start administering drug tests?
I feel like you're leaving too much, actually.
I'm sure you'll all pass with flying colors.
Yes.
And that your piss will be flying colors.
That should all show up on our bio monitors.
I have taped over that section of the biomonitor. That I don't need to know that. Unless I definitely need to know that.
So we do need to scout this building, though. Like, we don't need to know the whole layout, just the approach, and more importantly, a fast way out. So.
Okay. Now, I just want to know, you guys are meandering somewhat and listening and talking. Chip, are you hurrying along, double stepping? I'm trying to see if you guys get together before you get there.
When they started saying that people are pointing towards the building that we're going to, I start double timing.
Didn't say the building. I said the direction.
The direction, I start double timing.
Okay.
I can make assumptions.
And with our luck, I mean, come on. You know.
They're good assumptions, but
as we're walking, is there a way for us to see if there's a better spot or a closer spot that Kitty could land our Winnebago?
That all depends. Like I say, the reason you put it over there was for discretion. I'm saying
there's a time and a place.
There could be a spot out front. I mean, I didn't throw everything on the map here, but there's beat up cars and other things laying there.
I can make a spot.
Yeah, I mean, as long as depending on how she flies down and comes in, yeah, she could have a spot. There's even since you guys got the map and can look a little bit, and I'm assuming you have an agent that would allow you to give a little mapping of the area. So feel free to scroll out, and I marked it as the red building over here. So you can kind of look at the neighborhood, and this is a generic map you may or may not see again. Like I said, I just use it to give you kind of an idea of where we're going. That's why I didn't throw everything else in there. If you want to plan accordingly or want to come in, Matt, come on, move the map. There is an entrance on this corner of the building and on the back corner of the building.
Now, Cupid, you were telling me something about the back door last time or recently. Were you saying to always go in the back door or never to go in the back door?
Go out the back door. You go in the front and out the back. Just never assume that you can go in the same way you can go out the same way you go in. So probably find if there's a back exit or fire exit or a nice low window to hop out of.
Now, the location, did I give you a height of the building last time? I can't recall because I don't want to.
I think it was 4 stories.
I know he was on the 4th floor.
We got very minimal information. It might be worth just repeating.
4th floor.
Yeah. He is on the. Excuse me. They are on the 4th floor, and I will give and for a room number, and it is a 6-story building. Just so you know. This may or may not become important information, but I wanted you to have it.
If I remember, there's a lot of wires and.
Well, just like anything downtown, if I wish I could find a decent image to show, and even if you look behind me in my picture here, and those on signs are sticking out for businesses. There's walkways going across the buildings. There's wires because power doesn't work, so people run generators and share. The roofs and balconies are filled with food because how else are you going to get something besides kibble? They're growing stuff. I shouldn't say, you guys aren't there to pick among them, but this is a very cramped, dirty confined area. So you're flying at low level around street level, you'll be fine. But if you want to try to get up, you're going to have to find a place to either rise or play some fun zigzagging through all that, or not caring and hope you survive the bashing of everything.
We'll improvise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't. With your flight skills, you very well could weave in and out of there, but you'd be throwing the people in the back around, but not you. So
I'm strapped in. That's fine.
Just for an idea. I mean, so it is possible, but you're going to have to roll to make it happen. But you're sitting there running at a low idle since we got you talking, Kitty?
Yes.
Are you paying attention to the security wandering around? I'm assuming, but one of them is coming up, walking towards you.
I'll wave through the window.
He taps lightly on the window.
I'm rolling it down.
All the way, just a crack. I'm just trying to get an idea.
Just a crack. Can I help you?
Yeah. If you're going to leave that thing running, could you park it someplace that's not right next to these other vehicles? You keep throwing rocks up in it.
Oh, sorry. You know, the way we're working, you know.
Give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
I don't know what if there's a human for humans. I can't remember what it's called when you're doing it against a person. This is what happens when you play D&D way too much and you just want to say insight check.
Yeah, it just says perception.
Okay, I thought there was
there's a human empathy or something, or like a
human perception.
Human perception, empathy.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Social skills.
Social skills. Great. Things I don't have.
You have a +5 in it, so we want to roll a dice or whatever. Second column.
Yep, got it.
Oh, you did fine. He seems to be staring at you a little more intently than you might think. Good. You don't know if it's an attraction thing or otherwise.
That was persuasion.
Hey, are you trying to pick me up? Oh, did I roll persuasion?
You rolled persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
There we go. Human perception. That makes more sense.
You saw nothing. You don't even look up. Okay. All right, ma'am. Just go ahead and do it. Oh, excuse me. Yes, young lady, go ahead and do it. Sorry, I keep forgetting the age difference. Kitty's a young
hot pilot.
Yeah, I forgot to ask. What's Kitty look like since we haven't gotten around?
She is she's Eurasian, with pink hair, very round face, wide smile, constantly wearing J-pop and anime t-shirts and other accoutrement. So she kind of looks like she's just come out of an anime convention rather than flight school. So
yeah, flight school.
Mm-hmm. And she always has the cap on because that was her father's cap, so it was the only thing that's left of her family.
All right. So okay, so you don't notice anything. So
I'm just irritated.
Yeah, Jazz didn't notice much. So let's return back to the other guys. Now that you know the building there, front door entry. But you notice several people. I mean, like I said before, there are several of these scraggly looking guys kind of hanging around the building. Some of them look like they might be talking into agents, i.e. cell phones. But there are several of them out front. They're not doing anything other than talking right now. And they seem to be congregating.
At the front?
There's only like 4 or 5 of them, but they're like by the front entrance over here.
Have I caught up with Cupid and Andy at this point?
Sure.
Oh, wait across the street.
You're across the street?
Wait across the street for you to catch up.
Okay. After I catch up and I see all of this, I don't think this is this isn't how I drew it up in my mind.
How'd you draw up in your mind?
Well, how I drew up into my mind was I was going to be about 6 blocks that way, drinking a beer, and you would just go in there and cut the guy's head off, and we'd be out by now.
That should still happen, but
I mean, it might still happen, but what's this about a cult? Why are there people here? There shouldn't be anyone really here.
Andy would know more about that than I would.
Andy?
I think it's drugs.
It's always
okay.
drugs, but like
Basically, they had overheard and people talking about looking for a redhead, and that they were carrying a box they were looking for, a package, something, a suitcase.
Okay.
The person we're looking for, they don't have red hair, do they?
you don't know what they look like. Because he didn't ask.
Do you never ask questions on the missions that we're supposed to be doing? By the way, I have to move Frankie. I'm apparently chipping somebody's paint.
Just turn the engine off.
I can't restart this stupid thing once it's shut down.
Park on a roof. I don't care. But I mean, look, the guy that we're looking for has 4 bullet holes in him. I highly doubt, and he knows that we're coming. So are we just going to find a headless body in there? Or should we follow that red woman?
I mean, we have to do the actual job.
Yeah,
It's just, there may be, other stuff happening at the same time. That's fine. We don't know who we're looking for, but we know where he's at. So,
Cupid, would it make you feel better if I brought you in on these conversations that I have whenever I start a contract?
yes.
Okay, well, from now on, you will do that.
Okay.
No extra pay.
Okay.
Anyway.
So what we could do is just walk in there like we live there. Well, Andy, you could walk in there like you live there.
By the way, what is Andy wearing? Let's see how well he fits into this neighborhood.
He also does not fit into this neighborhood. So Andy is very tall and very thin. And he has on what is at first glance an incredibly ostentatious jacket and pants that look like they're out of the latest fashion catalog, but maybe 10 years too old. The sleeves are a little bit too short for his arms, and the pants are a little bit too short on his legs, but he does have some nice socks.
Argyle.
Some interesting patterns to it. And it's golds and a deep red to it as well. But if you look really up close to it, you kind of notice that it's a little frayed on some of the edges, like maybe he's had this for quite a while and outgrew it at some point in time. And he has red hair and one eye that kind of flickers back and forth it's one of his cyber eyes.
So you're about as subtle as a brick through a stained glass window.
Right. I could probably walk into this building like maybe I own the building.
Are you carrying anything such as your medical equipment? I don't know what. I believe there was a package. Or you?
He has a small like briefcase style pack that he carries along with.
But you don't appear to be wearing any armor, if I remember correctly, without looking.
No, not at all.
And that would be the same with Cupid, if I remember correctly. Also,
Correct.
they are just in nice, stylish, well in the wrong neighborhood outfits.
Yep.
And here comes Chip catching up to him. What do we see when we see Chip catching up to him?
Oh, you see an absolute gem of a man wearing mandals made out of the finest Velcro and carbon fiber. His socks bleach white up to the knees. You notice he has suit pants, but not just any suit pants. They are capris that he has made himself. His suit jacket, perfect and nice, but he has cut the arms off, as the suit itself is slightly too small for him and he didn't want anyone to notice.
Now, just help a fashion illiterate person. Capris are.
They are formal capris.
Okay, formal capris. Are those shorts or something that go with the white socks?
They are business pants that he has cut off at the shins because they only went to the shins in the first place.
Okay. Okay.
They are. He looks like the epitome of business casual.
Mutated casual. I like it. All right. Well, you catch up to these three about a block, maybe from them. Are you all three together? I mean, you catch
We're
up
all
about a block.
together. We're across the street from the building, as far as I understood it.
Yep. I just have to get on the right layer. And that's not it. Gotta love Roll20 when it doesn't cooperate, right?
So what I'm thinking, Cupid and Andy, is you two could either pretend to be a couple going in there, or I can try to go buy drugs from them. And you guys can sneak in when they eventually beat me down.
Now, you guys, I mean, make sure you look at the map. You mean, there's other entrances and exits, like I said. You can walk through the front.
Chip is a very one-minded man.
There's nobody at the entrance. They're just kind of grouped by it that you can see from there.
I mean, I was going to also offer just buying drugs, but you got that. Good. Also, there's the plan of having the med tech just be a med tech and know that he has to be somewhere and just go. Like, if anyone stops him, he's being called to do something. Just keep walking.
I mean, the entire building screams of staph infection. So, I mean,
plenty of hand sanitizer.
This is why I pay you the big bucks, Cupid.
The big bucks.
Hey.
Hands are smashed mostly.
Look, I do my best, okay?
So, what's the plan? Which one we're going to do? Or we'll do both. You just want a big distraction.
You know where the building is, and I'm not going to hide too much, but that's the general. You see where the stairs are on each corner? That's where the entrances are at the building, back and front. So you. Just so you're aware. And I'm not saying you can't use the front, but there's a bunch of people. Like I said, I didn't throw in all the icons up here. They are not hostile unless provoked.
Chief Enforcement Officer, it's up to you. Let's go.
All right. So,
I'll go in.
Yeah, I want the med tech to pretend, be a med tech and just go in because he has a job to do and he knows where he needs to be at.
Right.
Okay. Fire your gun if anything bad happens.
I'll just let you know.
You want me to come along, just to accompany? But obviously,
I'll go.
But
of course.
Come on, Chip. It's
You're
not like you
welcome.
can do anything else.
Look, fine. We're going to be the weirdest polyamorous couple going into this. Let's go.
Well, what you can do, Chip, is go around to the back to make sure that the back edge is actually clear.
Fair.
So we can leave.
Fair. Okay. Good idea, Cupid. I'm going to go walk around the back.
Yes.
You guys
out of the way.
go do the forward.
Thank you. Let's
Send
go.
Send me pics. I want to know when I'm going to be landing on. Because if we have to get out of here quick.
Chip sends you a selfie.
With the building behind him.
Yep.
I mean, you can also land on the roof if there's roof access. Because on the 4th floor, there's like 6 floors. So could probably, we'll see. See if the back entrance is clear. We go in the front.
Yeah, we'll go
Sure.
in and just push past whoever's there. Not necessarily needing to make any contact if we don't have to.
Okay. Move your icons appropriately, so I don't have to. Otherwise, I will. If you want me to. I saw Izzy took off. All right. When you get to that door, it's a security door. There seems to be at least a punch code with buttons that you might try
Chip,
to.
did they give you the code to get into the building?
Try 1, 2, 3, 4.
He will try 1, 2, 3, 4.
That entry will not allow you in.
Is it like buzz for like doorbells? Like,
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a panel there. Too bad there's bullet holes in it.
press. Nothing? Okay.
Pizza.
Pizza is expensive.
She's the
Now, this is a fully, looks like it had been one time maybe been a glass door. Obviously covered over with metal. It's now a reinforced looking hodgepodge of metal door. And you look a little, and I mean, there's a slide window on it if you see.
Knock.
Slide opens. What do you want?
we have a job to do. Somebody has called for our services, and I'm here to
Name, number, room, something?
4th floor. Chip, what's the room number?
Just say 4th floor bullet holes.
4th floor, four bullet holes.
What? He closes the slide.
Oh my god.
Chip, the number you were given for room number was...
I legit do not remember this. I've watched this episode like 4 times.
Yeah, I know. 46. Just 46, so you know.
Okay. It's room 46.
A knock again.
Yes.
It was room 46.
I don't think anybody's there. Let me check. You see it slide. Hey, you guys trying to get in? One of the guys comes up behind you that's all kind of smelly looking. You look at him. Cupid, remind me, you got, I believe, some sort of cybernetics that might apply here. Let me check.
A number of them.
Yes, that's why I was...
What is it applying to?
I was thinking possibly I don't know. Actually, both of you might get a biometric reading. Radiation. When the guys come from these guys close to you. Since you have I believe a nasal filter.
Yes.
You will get a notice. Either I think you get it on your agent. You don't have an installed agent. Toxins found in air, radiation. I mean, above normal for this area.
Just coming from this guy. This person.
The group of them in general. I should have hit
The
that.
group.
Yeah, in general. You obviously they've been from the hot zone. I mean, you're only a few blocks away, but I mean, you're getting radiation in general, but these guys are hot.
Yes, we're trying to get in. How can you help?
We're trying to get in too. If you can get us in, we'll pay you.
How
We got
much
some
would
good
you
drugs. We got some drugs. I
Like
think we
what
got
kind?
some EK's Kiss. It's the best stuff there is right now. Just ask any of, and he pulls out a packet. I mean, it's green powder. Looks like synth coke, but green. And I mean bright green, like neon.
Does it give off a radiation signature too?
Yeah, how are you going to tell from there?
True. Very true.
I'm willing to let you start it.
No?
You know, you really
Dave.
should. You really should have that looked at. I think.
Oh, this stuff is good, man. You see things. He talks to you. EK talks to you, man.
I have enough voices in my head.
Do you hear him too? EK.
I knock again at the door.
Who's EK?
He's the savior. He's gonna set. Oh, he's looking at you. Do you got any obvious cybernetics on you?
Kind of. So her skin is not entirely organic. There's like nanite lacing in it. So her skin doesn't look entirely real.
As in tattoos or just?
As in subdermal armor.
Okay, man. I'm without reading the description off. I can't remember exactly how they describe it. How are you envisioning it? Maybe might be a better idea.
Yeah. So basically, her skin does look kind of synthetic. Like there's not much pores going on. Like she clearly looks at least biosculpted. Like something was done to her skin.
It's almost like a mannequin.
So it's an obvious thing. That's what I'm getting at, I guess.
Yeah, it's an all-over thing.
Okay, that's more one. And how about you, Andy? You got any obvious cybernetics? I think you said your funky eye, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, so the eye and also has that sort of. It looks different from what from Cupid's, like not necessarily the same brand.
Different doctors, different countries,
but still does have that same sort of. And actually, with his, you can see if you look real closely, almost like a hexagonal like grid pattern throughout his skin. But it does have that similar like flat look to it. It's not
synthetic.
Yeah.
For okay. So, did we lose you or just your image, Chip? Oh, sorry.
Turned it off on purpose.
Okay, just making sure we didn't lose order on our screen here. All right. Otherwise, we'd give Curtis a moment to catch back up. All right, so you're knocking, Andy, you said?
Again, yes.
He opens the door. Just a moment, and he slams it shut.
So why are you trying to get in?
We're trying to get in because this chick stole some shit from us, man.
Who stole what?
The other guy is going, puts a hand over the guy's mouth. Shut up! Just we're looking for her and we need to get in. One guy's holding the one guy's mouth shut who keeps talking. We're just looking for her. She took something from us. She stole it.
And she's in there.
That's where everybody told us.
Are you sure they're not lying to you?
I don't know. We also got some people at another place. They said there's a redhead living.
All right.
And he's looking. And you're carrying a box, Riker? Or Andy?
Like a briefcase type of like size thing.
And you're redhead, from what I remember.
Yes.
He looks at his phone, looks at you. Yeah, well, you're not a her, right?
Not last time I checked.
Well, you don't look like the picture anyway. And he shows you a picture. It is a semi-attractive female, but it looks like a security picture. You guys have ever seen a security camera? I work with them all day long, so I get
Kind
to
of
look at
blurry.
these. Yeah, that's an analog, but yeah. Not good picture, but it's a reddish, and it appears female because at least a big poofy kind of pulled back hair. But nowadays, that doesn't make a difference in Cyberpunk Red because you could be whatever you want with a quick surgery or all of the above. Or none of the above.
About how long? So, if I remember correctly, we had a 4-hour time limit.
You're in the starting. You had 1 hour to get ready and get over here, approximately. You're in the second-ish hour.
Second-ish hour.
Chip, how you doing?
And Chip is around the back of the building. He's going to notice a couple people trying to. I mean, they're obviously standing around. Are you being discreet at all, Chip?
As discreet as a man who looks like me can be.
Okay, let's rephrase. Are you trying to be stealthy?
No.
Okay. Then you're going to see a couple people over here on this back lot. And it looks like they're trying to... One of them's looking over at you as soon as you come... Hey, man, just go away.
Go away? What? Why?
Don't want to have to hurt you. Just go.
Look, man, I got a 20 cred hookah in here waiting for me. And I need
Use
to get
the front door.
The front door, they won't let me in the fucking front door.
Yeah, you look like a backdoor man anyway. But no.
Damn straight, and I ain't gonna fucking hide it.
Come back later. Right now we're busy, and he points a gun at you.
Just like,
and if you're, give me a perception check. It's not too difficult.
Sure, I'll give you a perception check. I have a perception check as I try to find it on my sheet. Education, awareness. It's probably under awareness, right? We're looking at a 15 there.
Oh,
Tim.
excellent. Yeah, you notice that one guy has, and you've seen this because, well, you've been around and intern, what's his name? And you've seen him with those goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
He's got him down and he's flipping away at a keyboard by the lock.
And
there's a few other guys. You notice a couple other guys peek around the corner too after you hear the one guy yelling. So there's a few guys here, and they're dressed like the cultist.
Huh. It's like, look, man, you don't got to take a piece out here.
Just so you know, that just to make it obvious, that they are trying to hack the lock. You would have that knowledge with that roll. But
no, I read. That was red. I look at the guy pointing at the guy at me. I'm like, look, man, I'm just. Look, sometimes you just gotta get your jimmies off. If I will gladly help you get that door open if you let me in.
Yeah, they start whispering together. Are you gonna give me a persuasion?
There we go.
Or deception, you tell me. I don't know which would be better for you.
Not when you roll a one.
Not when you roll a one.
Don't matter.
Get the fuck out of here. Use your hand, if moron.
Fucking Chip will just like turn around, realize that he's gonna get shot if he keeps standing here, and just mumbles out loud enough for them to hear. It's like, what the fuck happened to this neighborhood?
There was a bomb that went off, moron. And he go. He's waving his gun at you, gangsta style.
Fucking drop your mother on the city next to cause more fucking
You're
damage.
probably in here to visit my mother if I knew who she was.
Turn the corner. Jesus Christ.
You're such a people person, Chip. What the hell is going on?
I did my best.
That was your best?
Eventually, as you get over there, if you want to go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm more of a reasonable people person. You know, exchange money for goods and services, not
a druggy
happening there.
cultist. By the way, she presents the cultists or the radioactive people.
Yeah, either way. There's like 4 of them just standing there talking to you, or at least hanging out over there. Eventually, as you're standing there, Andy, you're standing there by the door because you knocked last. The slider.
Oh,
I guess back. There is somebody in there.
That's what I told you. Please let us in.
Step back.
We will step back.
You hear a bunch of chink, 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 clink. He opens the door and there's 2 people, him and the one guy you saw the eyes of. Skinny Asian guy. I mean, sickly skinny. Kind of greenish tint to his skin even. But he's got this shotgun pointed at the doorway at you guys. And there's another guy with a pistol. All right. Whoever's here for whoever that is, the lady up on 46, go.
Oh, that's us.
She said there was...
Guys. Let's go.
As I walk by him, I said, Chifanma, which is Cantonese, and it's basically saying, like, have you eaten today? It's a fairly common greeting. It's like,
okay.
He was so skinny.
And he would respond, I ate a little earlier, but I'm always hungry. We're all always hungry.
Just kind of nods as he continues and finds the
stairwell. He sees you at he sees you as the doctor because you're carrying a medical bag, at least it appears to be. Who's with you? And he's pointing, because he's got as you walk in, he's got the gun pointed at the people, other people in the entranceway.
He points to the 2 people behind him.
All right. And he steps at least aside enough so you could skirt by.
Goes ahead.
Yeah.
And one of the we'll call him the cultists for now. Try come running in. And you hear the shotgun just go off. And the guy gets blown back. I mean, you guys are facing away going in. And he slams the door. That's how we deal with people coming here to visit who aren't welcome.
You really should clean that up outside. It was quite radioactive. Not good for you to be standing by the door.
Do you know when the wind blows the wrong way, we can't even breathe outside? And he has a respirator type filter hanging around his neck. You guys probably should have worn one too.
Did.
Yeah, you got the built in.
I got mine built in, buddy.
Okay.
By the way, there's a bunch of people hacking your back door. You may want to take care of that.
Oh, good to know. Thanks. And those fuckers out there. I'm looking up the name of what they're called. What the heck are they called again? They're not the Reckoners. I think is just a second. I might be wrong. Too many tabs open and not the right one. It's on my front of me.
While you're doing that, I turn to Cupid and Andy, and so back doors off. There's a lot of them back there, and they have heat, and they're pissed off at me. So, I'm sorry?
You specifically?
Yeah. Me mostly in particular. Gotcha. Turns out my charming ways did not work on them.
That's a mystery.
They are called the Reckoners. That is the correct name.
I'm going to disconnect you from this the comms.
She's the ride, Chip. You can't.
Fair.
I found my answer. So he goes, yeah, those fuckers are the Reckoners. If you let them in, and you guys would know the Reckoners hate people with cybernetics. They've been known to just rip them out of people. They think of them as heretical. And if you know, that is just the Reckoners in general.
Fair enough. But yeah, so our exit options at this point for everyone to know is either back out through the front door, jump out a window, or maybe there's roof access.
Well, I mean, you already know that. You let them know that there's people trying to jump in the back, so maybe they'll be dealt with.
One man with a shotgun, I don't know how well he's going to hold up against a group of guys with irons.
So maybe
if you're standing right there in the doorway, you'll notice that there's about several padlock, bolt locks, trap door. The door is secure. As far as currently, this one he couldn't be hacked. You don't know about the back door.
You have Andy go up, treat whoever's up there, and we deal with that situation because we need to get out anyway. And you could probably get more pay from these guys if you want me to shoot them. Reckoners that are outside trying to break in.
Fair enough. I don't know what I would do without you, Cupid.
So you negotiate that, we will go up.
You're easily the most valuable member of this team. You're good too, Andy.
If you
I'm on comms.
If you stop running the
just remember that I've got somewhere to be. So.
Okay. You're about into your second song, by the way, Jazz.
Okay, so that we're going to do as Cupid says.
To clarify, you're going up to the 4th floor.
Andy's going up to the 4th floor.
Just Andy.
Time is money.
And sorry about that, Cupid.
Andy and Cupid are going up to the 4th floor.
Andy and Cupid, okay.
Negotiate with guys about the Reckoners. And
all right, that's what I was confirming what was going on. All right. So you're going to go up these front stairs here. Unless you're going to check every floor, you're going to come up here. This, what you would consider this room over here. That is a door there, so don't worry. Is 46. This one over here. The door is locked. Door is shut.
Andy?
Do we think that the person that shot them is still in the room?
Knock. Tell him to scream.
Andy will knock, confident that Cupid has his back.
All right. Yeah, who is it? Well, I can't do a feminine voice, but yeah, who is it?
We're here for somebody who was shot.
After a moment, you hear some scuffling and the door chink chink unlocks. And it pulls open. And you see this, I would say 30, late 30s, redheaded looking woman, pulled back, ponytail.
Does it look like the lady that we saw in the picture?
Yes, very much so. Though a lot cleaner image.
How bad is the damage, if any?
She hasn't opened the door far enough for that right now. And she Vinny send you? Sorry, I'm not gonna completely blow a female.
It's Dr. Girlfriend. It's all good.
Miss Doubtfire it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
All good. Yes. We're here. Vinny had sent us. We're Fear Inc. I remembered at that time, Chip.
Good boy, Andy. 10 credit raise.
Yeah, okay. She moves aside, opens the door,
I'll go in
and she
assess
stumbles back. You see she's trying to, you're a doctor. You can see she's taken a couple into the upper shoulders area and probably one in the lower abdomen.
So not 4 bullet holes. That was specific, wasn't it? Or am I remembering that incorrectly?
Yeah, it was 4.
Sure. I mean, are you looking that close? I mean, there could be a couple in one area.
If she has 3 bullet holes, it's the wrong person. And that's not what we get paid for. Chip has taught us this.
Very specific.
Additional 10 credit raise.
If closer inspection might reveal that a couple of them hit very close together.
Hi.
If you're going to invest,
he will prepare
a
space for her to lay down and to.
Oh, this place is horrible. I mean, it looks like somebody abandoned this place and she just holed up here.
He'll do the best that they can. In that small pack there is like one of those space blankets, so it covers a nice surface area, but it folds up really flat, so he can kind of create at least a place to lie down and have a semblance of sanitation.
Okay. You guys, because you both, I know Cupid has the sensors in her nose and everything too. Yeah, there's a high radiation level in this room also.
You might just want to pack her up and go. Oh, you're very famous, by the way, ma'am.
Oh, Molly O'Malley is famous? Yeah, right.
I mean, in terms of the people who are outside trying to get inside, looking for you specifically because you have something of theirs, that's not fun. We have to get you out.
You ask too many questions and assume much.
I'm not asking any questions. I'm telling you what's happening. There's a bunch of people outside who want you.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take things that belong to others.
Yeah. That's not my job to know about that, but I'm just letting you know that when we get out, you're going to meet a bunch of fans.
So is this I think in like the first, like the intro to Andy, it was the O'Malley family? Okay. I don't remember the dad's name.
I don't know if it was given.
Yeah, but I'm sure Andy knows it. Are you married to so-and-so? So-and-so O'Malley?
Yeah.
I've met your children before. They helped me get out a liver. It was wonderful.
They're fucking useless otherwise. I'm glad they found something they could do. Oh.
So
she's bleeding out on you, dude. I want some rolls.
Oh yeah. He's gonna try to stabilize her. I can't. What were we told to bring her in, like dead or alive, or was it dead?
Chip has told you that the only important part is her head.
Okay. Well, first do no harm. And he does no harm.
Very nicely. She's now definitely stabilized.
Well, you should live to see your 6 children. If you want to. They are quite the handful.
Oh, I love them dearly. We've been training them well, and we'll make an excellent squad. We've adopted a few of them when we find out. Oh, Stock, this hurts. You got anything for the pain?
That is an extra cost. It would have to come out of your pocket.
You're just trying to go for employee of the month.
Try hard.
Fucking hell. I paid my dues with Vinny. Just fix me up.
And
He gets what's in here.
We need to at least get them out because radiation is not going to make anything easier
Right.
and also going to mess with us eventually too. So
Sure. I don't know. Does Andy
Yep.
have anything that's available for like a painkiller?
Well, I would assume you got some pharmaceuticals. I'm going to give you,
Sure.
I mean, I'm not going to be.
Okay.
You got some Tylenol too.
Yes. He gives her Tylenol
Half an aspirin.
for the bullet wounds.
it's
You,
something.
you
Yes.
stick it in the bullet wounds?
No.
Just crumble them up.
Hey,
I'm just
kind of-
wondering about Andy's medical care skill. You know, he learned on cadavers. So, all
Fair.
right. So you got her stabilized and everything. Chip, what were you doing?
I'm downstairs trying to negotiate with the guy up front to see if maybe, killing the people outside can get us an extra payday.
Hey, he looks out the window. Yeah, we'll think about it.
Are you sure? Very competitive prices. Cupid's the best shot in the business. You'll even kill him with a bow if you pay extra. You ever see a guy die from an arrow wound?
I guess I haven't seen it other than on the games when we got it when the TV comes in, or we can get it on the agent. I don't think they call them TVs anymore.
No. Look, Cupid's the best shot. She can split a shaft in two, if you know what I mean.
I think I do. Archery.
Yes, archery. Perfect shot. Want to see it? Extra credits.
Right now, I'm just watching the door, and that's what they pay me to do.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go back.
Get
Go ahead.
onto comms and tell Kitty, hey, maybe start coming our way.
Kitty, about this time, just or shortly before, so you
Get
can be
Jackie.
fully informed.
Jade.
You're noticing,
Am I
Activity.
noticing anything?
yeah, you're noticing some stuff coming. Since you're on a street outside the bar, there's some people coming in vehicles you would be jealous of having, as far as 4-wheel drive land vehicles with some armaments on them. Give me a perception check. So they're zooming by pretty fast. You're perceptive as always. I'm assuming you got a light novel or something you're reading at the same time.
Oh
Or
yeah.
manga.
I'm
But this.
I'm actually plugged into Frank right now. So
Oh, so Frank lets you know, helps you with your so. All right. So, yeah, you notice a bunch of traffic, bigger vehicles, maybe with some armaments coming, just zipping down the front street there, in front of that where you're at. Looks like to be one of the cleaner.
yeah, probably across the street from the Phase nightclub.
Yeah, and they're not stopping; they're zipping past, kind of heading in the direction the others ran.
Cupid, you might have some heavy firepower coming your way. Jade, you want to wrap up your set as soon as you can. We're gonna have to move.
What do you mean heavy? What?
Like heavy armored vehicles.
I wouldn't say heavy armored, but vehicles with armaments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
Which
like?
is more than we've got.
Is it like Max Tech? Is it the PD? Is it a Nomad clan? Is it a gang? What's up?
I think
With that perception, you're looking at some sort of gang. You're not sure. Maybe. Let me check up my names here before I go too much further. You're not sure. Maybe the Iron Sights or the Red Chrome. You're still new somewhat to the area.
Yeah, we might have some booster boys coming your way. Maybe Iron Sights. I didn't recognize any of the markings, but they've got guns on their vehicles. And if you've got people outside already trying to hack locks, I think this cargo is a lot more valuable than Vinny was letting on.
Ma'am, do you have any more like enemies aside from the Reckoners that are trying to break in? Like,
Are you see
Addressing the
nothing
red.
outside? If you're asking me, there was nothing visible outside that you saw at the time.
no, addressing the redhead, asking her,
Oh,
if you have
okay.
any more enemies aside from the Reckoners that are outside? Did you steal anything else that we need to know about?
I'm sure I wasn't the only one looking for this package. The Reckoners are who I took it from, if that's who you're asking.
Yeah. And there's another pack of something coming. So we have to
There was a fight going on when I took it.
between who and who? The Reckoners and who?
I believe it was the... Actually, I think there was a couple of them involved. I know the Iron Sights were definitely involved.
Yeah,
But I'm sure there's... I'm pretty sure, yeah. Those were the main ones that they were fighting. I really didn't pay attention. I just ran into where the Reckoners had set up their temple.
So they're Iron Sights. They're probably cybernetically enhanced and need to go like right now. So you might want to get over here, Kitty.
We're on our way.
Where's the intern?
Still on
Chip's
his way.
It's checked on his intern.
Chip, get up with Cupid and D, and then you guys get to the roof. I'll meet you there. I'm not putting this thing in the street when we've got that much coming our way.
Gotcha.
Fair enough. Do you have Jade with you, or did you just leave her at the bar?
I've called her. She's wrapping up her set.
Yep.
You should hear us. You should be on.
I can get a ride home if need be. If need be. We'll see. How long does it take me to get my pay?
Well, the thing is right now, as we're probably finishing up your third song. You said you were going to do one from the old band and two originals. Your originals were, you had any roll as well, I remember correctly. I can scroll if I have to.
Yeah,
But your original,
all right.
as the lights go down, there's plenty of clapping from the people, though. And this is nearing the end of your set here. And as soon as the lights dim down and you're coming off the stage, there is a gentleman standing there, and he's got kind of a nice greenish suit on, and there seems to be 3 or 4 of them. Our boss would like to meet with you. He really enjoyed your set.
Oh dear.
All of that I'm seeing, these are all wearing kind of this greenish suit. And if you look at the back of them, there's a winged, what looks like a python on the back.
Would I know who these people are? I feel like
you would only know them. No, you probably wouldn't necessarily. They're fairly new to the area,
okay.
but they are part of a newer triad. I mean, something. I mean, these are somebody who's been pushing in, or at least working around here.
All right. Well, I'd be down, but you got to ensure that I'm able to get home. Agreed? Safely.
I can't agree to anything. The boss, you can talk to him.
Jade, get the hell out of there now.
But please, come with us. And he's
Give me a
gonna
moment in the bathroom. Let me freshen up a bit.
Well, don't be long. He definitely would like to talk more, and he seemed to be interested in maybe helping you with your singing.
All right, I'll be out in a moment. I go into the bathroom. I might be getting yet another job opportunity that I can, make more credits at.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're gonna get a real job.
Hey, we'll find out. I can handle myself if not.
You really want to risk this?
If you die in there, I'm gonna maybe feel guilty. There might even be tears.
Fair. Question first before I decide to anything. Anybody know what this symbol is about? I describe what I saw on their jackets.
Andy would.
Do tell.
Do tell. And possibly even Kitty.
Okay.
It was a winged serpent, and they are wearing green, like
Well,
green suits.
Let me tell you all about that.
They are related to Mr. Monty. He said he had a booster gang that ran with him.
Andy just starts swearing a lot and angrily.
Jesus Christ, Andy, there's children on this line.
Stay there. Just stay there and find who it is. And we'll come find you.
Also, this would be something that Kitty would know as far as nomads, and they are somewhat related or related to, let's see, Hitachi.
Yeah.
All right, so they work with the boss.
They work with Hitachi shipping. Whatever he wants, it isn't going to be good.
Okay.
Or whatever he wants, he'll pay very good for. Go for it.
I was just going to say, so what I'm hearing is I give them my business card and go, unfortunately, I have to get home rather quickly. We've got a family emergency I got to take care of, but he can contact me at this location.
I mean, I doubt he'll let you leave that quickly. Probably going to put some very lovely stuff on the table for you. So,
lovely stuff on the table?
It is a business card.
Motor's running. Make a decision now, or because I got to get it.
And as I'm assuming this is at the same time Andy's repairing, but go ahead, continue the conversation. I want to see you convince her.
Jade, you can stay and get his business card. So Andy stops cursing.
Oh, he has.
So business card exchange, yeah?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do an emergency call, right? Give me 2 minutes. And then give me a call that there's an urgent matter that needs to be taken care of at home.
I got you.
All right.
On it.
Okay, who's taking the call? Who wants to call her?
I'll call her. You guys focus on the body.
So, right. As previously up to this point, Andy's been as good as he can with his bedside manner, which is still really awkward. But he's, it's not malicious in any way. But now he's much more rough and is trying to hurry this whole process along and seems to have really lost an immense amount of patience and trying to get through this.
As in she's dead now? He lost the patience?
No, not yet. But with that being said, so he has a pretty good understanding of different cybernetics and like cyber tech. Does he notice anything on this woman that would be like, because the head was the most important part, like something that would be, I can't remember what it's called, but like where the memory chip would be implanted. Or like the access port, yeah.
She has a media chip, basically a media setup where she can have a chip plugged in. So,
does it look like there's one currently plugged in there?
No.
What's so important that you've seen? He's like, as they're moving out the door.
She's just looking at. Okay, so you are trying to get her out the door and up the stairs right now. Okay. I saw them fighting. And I saw lots of things that You wouldn't believe, and I'm not gonna. This is get me back, and you'll see him. Maybe, if Vinny lets you.
Chip, do you have any chips?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Chip,
Through the comms.
Chips? No, I don't keep those on me. I'm not very good with technology.
Didn't we get a whole like thing full like a while ago?
Yeah, until Andy shot the box full
Right.
of them.
All of them were damaged.
Speaking of boxes,
Yeah.
do you have a box?
Yeah,
So
we
the
need
box-
a box and a chip, guys. If you don't have it, get it before you go upstairs.
Man, we got a
Also,
box.
Chip, you should come upstairs.
I'm working on it. My old knees have a hard time getting upstairs.
Yeah, the elevator wouldn't have been trustworthy.
So
No, there's no elevator.
Cupid, did you have a chip that we could?
Absolutely not.
What the hell? I mean, you're talking out loud, and she's going, "What do you think you're gonna fucking do? I already took it out and hit it."
Somebody wanted your head only.
Fuck.
But I'd rather you
Not-
continue on with this wonderful family of yours.
You're lying. You don't like him any more than I do.
They're efficient and they could use you, I'm sure.
What do you want to know? Just get me out of here.
Well, let's walk in with and let's talk.
One
Yeah.
thing we all forgot about, and not including me, is the suitcase sitting there.
That's what I was talking about. Like I asked her directly.
Cupid's
box.
on it. Cupid's on it.
There is a, and I'm not talking the little briefcase. I'm talking full size, big.
Miami
Like-
Vice suitcase full of drugs kind of thing.
Well, it's a sealed, definitely secured metal suitcase type, and it looks like stuff has been scratched off of it.
Oh God, it's
They
a
have
gate
been-
case.
And there is a lock on it. I mean, definitely a coded, secured, and need to be hacked lock.
Man, how did you get in here with this big thing? While shot and no one saw you because apparently they didn't know you were here?
Friend of mine. She lives in the apartment over there. And she points across the hall. And that would be targeting over here.
Do you want me to talk with her or do you want me to just take this? Or do you want me to leave it here?
We'll take that
Where
along.
Okay.
It weighs a good maybe 30, 40 pounds. It's not light.
No problem, Cupid.
It's a oof. I'm not saying it's. I'm just. Don't expect it to be a light, easy throwing around suitcase.
It's like
Yeah.
or drag or something.
This appears to be, like I said, it's a metal, large. There's a handle, and then there's a big like panel lock. You don't even really see seams on this thing.
Fantastic. Just drag the whole thing.
It looks expensive.
Don't know how much it costs. Don't care. Drag. Bump up the stairs. Hopefully it won't explode.
I mean, it's carryable. I'm just saying, it's just, it's not light, not comfortable. So, Chip, how you handling the stairs?
One at a time. Just I forgot to mention I'm only 5'2" and I'm 295 pounds. It's
So you're as tall as you are short, round as you are tall. Just
Yep.
a second.
We call it the Danny DeVito. Good.
Okay, I have to step away a second because my wife needs my help, and I will be right back. But you guys go ahead and talk. I can still hear you.
Yep. We call it the Dang DeVito. So you guys got the chip and the box, right?
The box is not a box. It is a big case that is kind of heavy, and I hate it.
Does
But
it have
will-
8 sides?
Hmm?
Does it have 8 sides? Sorry, 6 sides.
Yes,
Then it's a box.
it's whatever. I think box something like small and cute. This is not cute at all. I hate this.
And the chip is more of a woman.
Oh, you kept her alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
I
feel
okay.
like that's okay because
Surviving customers pay more, you know.
I'm going to be very clear here. She is not in any way a priority. I asked one question. Give me credit here. The only thing that matters is the chip and the box. If it means that you can take that chip out of her head and we can leave her here to face whatever consequences, that's fine. We can save our own skins here. If there are people on the way, put a bullet in her head. Cut off her head.
it's not a problem yet. It'll be fine.
When it's an issue, we'll make it. You know, we'll have a solution. Don't worry about it. Just
Look, I'm just a little worried, as in the fact that I'm climbing 6 flights of fucking stairs. And I just heard there's an armored vehicle coming on the way.
You'll have another customer. You can't have customers if they're dead.
Fine.
She obviously needs help. She can actually give us information. She might have other jobs.
You know, okay. Fair enough, Keepin.
Okay.
You know what? For that, you get 2,000 credits for this mission if we complete it under 4 hours.
Weren't we already going to have that? Was that what we're supposed to have?
No, I told you it was 1,500.
Though Vinny told him 2,000.
Yep.
wait a minute.
That's why he doesn't put it on speaker anymore. All right, well, let's go back to Jazz. She's at the bar, and she comes out of the bathroom. The 2 gentlemen are
All right,
standing
boys.
there yet.
Let's go see the boss man.
All right. And the one of them, he's walking along with you, and he has this silly little walk as he takes you over there to Mr. Monty. And
Like a little pep in his step, like, did a good
no, silly walk. So, and we get over to Monty, and you recognize him from previous conversations with Andy and the news article that he went mad on. I don't know if he mentioned that previously.
I noticed, but he didn't say anything directly to me.
Okay. He might have brought it up is all I'm saying. So, but, please come with us. Our boss would definitely like to meet you. And you get over to that. You see this, I want to say, late 40s, balding. And I want to say, it looks like he's shaved his head, but stubble-ish. You know how it might get. But definitely the bald
Like my
crown. Okay, not having met your dad, I'll go with yes. So, but yeah, and he's in a nice white suit, sitting there, looking all, well, you just sang beautifully. Come, sit.
Well, thank
Here.
you. I appreciate it.
And go ahead and you can have some of this if you want. And right there, you see a mirror with some synth on it. Or you can take what I have under box number 2 over here.
Well, now you have me curious. I do love a good surprise.
And
What is in it?
oh, this is some new stuff that's been hitting the street. I'm working on some friends of ours to get us a deal. I'll check on you in a bit. And it's this green powder. This stuff makes that look like candy. They call it EK's Kiss. But that's not why I'm here. But go ahead if you want. Just feel free to sample. But you were singing beautifully tonight. I would like to possibly get you to on a label or something. I heard you broke away from your last label.
Yes, I did. They were going in a direction I didn't particularly agree with.
Popularity? They're some of the best, one of the best bands right there right now.
Yeah, it's too bubblegum for me.
Come on, I like that new singer Onyx, but you definitely have something.
Well, thank you. Well,
I'm just not sure. Now, this is GM asking the player. Now, what sort of difference was there? I mean, your new style versus old style. I'm just trying to see if is it the same genre or is it just something new?
I'm trying to figure out how exactly to describe it.
I'm just more or less wondering if it's the same genre you were previously doing.
Sort of more of a darker side of it, though. Oh gosh. Think NSYNC versus punk. I'm a little bit more punk now. I left NSYNC to become punk. I'm like, bubblegum.
So before and after, I call it Sugar Ray was a Christian band.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of them, but yeah, okay. So, but your new style is just so unique. I would like to get more. Maybe we can. This has been about 2 minutes or so since I'm giving opportunity for phone calls to come through if they do.
I'm dialing in.
But yeah, and I'd like to get you maybe on a label or maybe in a sound studio and we can try something. I know that they do the vid stuff, but
One moment, please. I need to take this call. Hey, what's up?
Hey, we have a job, and I know you're busy, but maybe we should move along before our friends get shot. I mean, Chip is our employer. He's going to complain if he dies.
Fair point. All right. Yeah, I'll be there shortly.
Great.
Okay, see you soon.
I'll meet you there. I'll be in the big wagon outside.
All right. See you soon. Bye. I apologize. I actually need to get going relatively quickly. There's a rather urgent matter that I need to take care of. However, I'd be more than happy to exchange information with you, and pulls out a card and hands it to him.
And he pulls out his agent and says, please, let's share all the, and you don't need cards in this day and age, just the cyberpunkish, the agents will sync up if you let them.
It's my my manager. He insists on some old school things.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You look pretty good.
Well, I'll put it in my phone and be sure to call you.
Share your cookies.
Yeah. But please, no. Yeah, and he's looking at you in very lecherous. Let's not be shy about this. This is pretty obvious. I think we could come to some sort of arrangement.
We'll discuss further later. We'll keep in touch.
Oh,
it was a
I'll be
pleasure
waiting.
to meet you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, Phil Monty.
Pleasure to meet you, Phil. We'll see you. I'll talk to you again soon.
Oh, please let my boys in. Take you to the door.
All right, if you insist.
And they follow you out. And what are you doing, Kitty? Are you just like waiting out there or revving?
No, yeah, I'm revving it up, going back into the parking lot. Chipped cars be damned.
Thanks, boys. See you again later. I hop in.
All right. So you met.
Yeah, I'm tossed. Jade, my SMG. Get into the back. I'll pop open the back. Give them cover fire if they need it.
All right. So how are you going about this? And about this time, just so we can get some rocking and rolling going. Cupid, Chip, Andy, the building shakes. And there's you can definitely hear an explosion. What stairway did you guys go up?
Oh no.
This one?
Yep, that one.
Okay, there is
closest
definitely dust and smoke coming up through there now. And you hear screams from down below. I can't hear you, Cupid.
Keep going up.
Up to the roof.
Faster up.
You're hearing gunshots, heavy caliber hitting the building as you hear people screaming. I know you guys are going upstairs. I'm just giving you and even the walls that you can hear the thuds. Suddenly, over what you assume is a PA, since nobody's out there looking, or on one of those megaphone type things. Send out the fucking redhead with the suitcase. Or we're gonna blow the fucking building up.
Man, what did you steal? God.
And you hear another shake.
Is she? So I guess what Andy's trying to assess, and he has pretty high education background, and is she? I guess what would he be able to ascertain if this, if she's moving slower, for instance, of if she's.
Oh no, she heard explosions. She's trying to push you.
Oh, she's also trying to push. Okay, great. Okay.
she's not. Yeah, she knows what's going to possibly happen.
Okay.
She told you she took something from people. You want her head. You think others don't?
Right.
Okay. Hey, Cupid, do you have any explosives on you?
No, just keep going.
Damn it. I hate these stairs.
Now, each time you guys get to a floor, you have to get to a landing, basically, and you're exposed to the floor. Just so you... Okay. And as you get to the 5th floor, you're probably about the 6th floor now that this is starting to happen. And as you get there, they're up here, and they're yelling off this. People are on the balcony in the front, screaming down and get them! Come on, we can get them, and they won't blow up our house.
Are they within line of sight?
Yes.
I'm going to shoot them.
These are just some of the residents. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just so you know what you're shooting.
They're yelling, and they're
neither do we.
Go ahead. They're probably, I'm going to say they're no more than, yeah, you could probably hit them, no problem. You're within 14 meters.
Fear Inc. Morally bent.
That is...
Hey, snitches get stitches. It's the universal code of Night City.
Narratively speaking, so yeah, they're going to duck in as soon as you shoot at them or shoot. They're not. No, they're just screaming information. These are
15
archery. Yeah. Oh, that would definitely hit the one guy standing there. Yeah, he's not armored, so roll your damage.
My feet goes.
Throw a fireball at the farmer.
Oh, did I pick the wrong thing? I think I did.
That's fine. You hit the bow before.
Yep, you just gotta click the bow now on the.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hit the actual skill, not the weapon.
Okay, you hit him with an arrow, and you hear a kid's voice from it. Daddy.
That's life.
That's life. Learn to duck.
Generated.
And I'm assuming you're going to keep going up the stairs. And as you clear, you hear a couple shots fired generally where you were. Now you get to the roof. All right. I'm going to let you get to the roof, and you're going to find the door to the roof locked, though.
I'm going to shoot the lock.
Okay. Not a problem.
You shoot, I'll Shove.
I want to remind people, keep track of the bullets in your gun. The system, you kind of have to do that. So
Mhm. One less. Do I need a roll for that?
no, you just one less.
Okay.
You're shooting the locus, and it's a stationary object. I'd be worried about you getting a ricochet, but we won't do that. So, all right, you shoot the lock off, and while that's happening, Kitty, Jazz, when you jumped in, Jazz, what did you do besides get thrown a submachine gun?
Well, I did what Kitty told me to do. I went to the back, opened up the window, and sat there and waiting.
Yeah. I'm gonna lower the ramp.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to. It's getting busy on these streets, Kitty.
Yeah,
And you got about 4.5, maybe 5 blocks to go. And how are you planning? Just straight street level? Go up?
Oh no, I'm going up and through. So you might want to hang on because this might get a little bumpy.
Well, I'm sure you've got a shooter seat back here. I'm buckled in.
Yeah, well, I'm more worried about you taking something when I hit it. And I've got a
I think
20.
you're good. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, with that 20 on piloting air, I mean, you basically go straight up from where you're at. And you have no problem weaving in and out of those wires and stuff. And you're in the air above most of that garbage.
Yeah, I'm going through as fast as possible. So,
Which for you in that is not that bad.
yeah.
I mean, with that roll, I can't hold anything against you. So that was
We'll be on you in 60 seconds. You better be there. I've got the ramp down. Jade's covering you.
Don't
Okay.
get shot from the ground.
No, we're not. I mean, I'm going to take a look down. Does it look
There's
bad?
there's definitely a street level fight going on down there between a couple groups. I mean, you're not down there, so you couldn't necessarily get. I'm going to try a perception. I'll give you more details, but there are some
Yeah.
vehicles pulled up, and there looks like from where you're at, somebody has a rocket launcher who's been shooting at the building.
Okay. That's what I'm worried about.
Starting to understand why we're getting paid so much.
Yeah.
And
this
there's another,
bulletproof glass ain't going to do it.
and then there's another guy or another vehicle that somebody's got a big, and he's just shooting the side of the building up out front.
Then I'm going
And then you see another guy, he's all metaled up, red mohawk and everything, just screaming in a mic, and you guys can hear him in the building too. Send her out or we're blowing it up. He keeps repeating and laughing, and he's just screaming. Cupid, you might even recognize the voice.
Oh no.
You said cybered up, redhead, and
I didn't get a description on noise, but I'd have to
Yes,
go
fine.
back.
that's fine. That's fine. We need to leave.
You had earlier said mentioned that he had, in the first session, that he had hooked up with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys,
Thank you for giving me such good background, guys. I can all weave them in.
I'm coming up on this. I'm coming up on the southwest corner. They've got a rocket launcher, and this thing is
Yeah.
tinfoil.
Yeah, we heard.
Well, that's why I hired you, Kitty. You're the best driver in the city.
Well, I can't drive it if it gets shot full of holes.
Oh, don't get shot.
So yeah, I'm just going to basically come at an angle so that they're not, the people from the street aren't seeing me, and coming up on the southwest corner of the building.
Okay. I got it. You guys are coming up on the northeast corner.
And then we'll just make a straight
And-
across the roof, or as straight
Well-
of a path as we can.
I'm just letting you know this is laid out with gardens throughout on the roof. Have you ever raised gardens? You're gonna antennas sticking everywhere, so it's gonna be a little bit interesting for Kitty to try to get anywhere near. She's probably closer to the wall flying there
Mm-hmm.
than
Yeah,
she is landing.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put Frank's butt on the ledge, or they can jump.
That's their choice.
We got an
All
injured
right.
person. Put it on the ledge.
Okay. So you guys are running across. You're not really under any fire or so you're getting over there, but he's sitting there.
Yep. As straight as the lines we can make.
Okay. Kitty, you're hanging out over the edge. I'm assuming over on this corner. Why is it? Oh, that's why. Over here. All right. I'm just making sure that's where we're talking. Backed up on there. Here, let's do this. Just have to find it.
Yeah. To give us some cover on both sides.
Yeah, sorry, the grid, but generally over here. Just so you have a visual.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Okay. And so you guys are running across. He's backed up there. That thing is not quiet.
I'm hanging out the back with the back door open, just ready.
Okay, yeah, and the roof is there, so let's see if I can find my. I have to learn to turn things off and Yes, kitty cat, I hear you.
That was a cat?
I got a cat right below me meowing.
It didn't sound like a cat to me. I thought there was a kid talking to you.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Think of it as covered with garden though on top of it. So, all right. Eventually, you're going to notice. You don't notice anything yet. You haven't made any rolls. So you guys are getting there, getting in. It's going to take a few seconds. It's not. I want to see either some agile jumping or some good piloting rolls.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll do an athletics check.
Oh, this should be interesting.
What kind of athletics are we looking here? We're just doing regular athletics?
You tell me. You make it apply. I'm willing to let you guys use any skill you have that you can think would be apply.
I'm doing an athletics check to hero dive into the building, into the car, like a beached whale. With a natural, with a 10.
Wow.
Oh,
26, 10, 10, 10.
there you go.
How did you do that?
As the whole car just kind of poof poof.
When you're my size, you got to learn how to get out of the situation quick.
When Chip is more graceful than Cupid, the world is tipsy turvy.
He was also
Well, how do you-
dragging along a big L case.
That's true.
I think Chip bumped her.
Definitely.
Out of my way.
Chip and children first. Elbow.
So Andy's going to make two different rolls. The first is going to be to help toss the woman into the ship.
Anybody going to assist them?
Cat.
Okay, you get a +1 on your roll then. So
So you get all right, let's see. 12 total then.
yeah, she kind of missteps, has a little trouble,
Cupid grabs
and
her
she's
bless-
like hanging over basically one arm, and she's dangling a little bit.
and
Yank.
then he will then try to jump across as well.
Much better. All right, and
His long legs, he could really just step in.
Is everybody's ass in?
Mostly.
Not ready for the moving part,
Okay.
but yes.
As you're sitting there, because it's going to take a few seconds to run across and do stuff, and you're not being quiet. There's really no
Nope.
stealth mode on that. So, yeah, you're going to notice people down below you. They're going to start taking some pot shots at you. You're 6 floors up, so that's quite a bit of place. So most likely right now, I'm going to roll a few rolls here.
Okay.
But since I have to... Don't worry about the total. It's me just using the 4 dice there. Yeah. You fear they don't hit real well. Hitting the building, you hear a few ding off the armor from the outside. Yep. But yeah, I mean, but you're starting to hear a vehicle coming maybe down there.
Okay,
So
that's the one that I'm worried about. Jade, can you close it up? I'm getting us out of here.
Yep.
And I'm basically taking off through that alley as best I can.
Direction?
Let's see.
West, east or west? Up?
Bring us into the hot zone.
Excuse me?
No?
No, I mean,
If a bunch of rich fucks are coming after us, bring us into the hot zone. They won't follow us.
They're going to follow you.
Yeah, I ignore Chip. And I'll be heading south down that one alleyway.
All right. Are you trying to go up? I'm
Yeah,
gonna ask you.
I'm trying to get some,
You're
get some
at
height.
6. You're above most of the buildings, so I'm not too worried there. So you can
Yeah.
go basically anywhere.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm heading. And I'm trying to get out of the range of that rocket launcher.
Okay. All right. So as you're taking off that way,
Do you need me to roll for evasive?
oh, very soon.
Hey,
So ND.
As you're taking off here, so what are the rest of you doing in the vehicle? This may be important.
I'm still holding on to the gun just in case we need it, but the door is closed. The window's probably still open.
Cupid swapping weapons from bow to sniper rifle.
Chip
Okay.
is securing the box to the vehicle and attempting to search our passenger for the rest of the chip.
And she's swatting you away every attempt you try to touch, unless she's unconscious, which ND has not given her a sedative yet.
he's giving her a Tylenol. She should be out.
It was a Tylenol 2. It had codeine in it. It's good enough for a root canal. It's good enough for a bullet hole.
Where's some NyQuil?
So ND, I met
Yes.
somebody interesting at the club.
I
I
Well,
remembered seeing the face from the TV and I heard all the cursing. So what's, insert name here, all that about?
More gunfire is missing you.
Yay.
Conversation for later.
Yes, I'll tell you all about it later. Now, and he's like kind of laser focused in on this, on the redheaded woman, and just trying to. He's just kind of peppering her with some questions of like, now what was it that you saw? Why are all these people after you? Who did you see?
I don't know their fucking names. Fix me. Get me the save dude. It's the people you see shooting at you. That's who I saw.
Right.
Got some height, ND, if you need to push her out.
Well, we need to be able to access her memories.
Well, you can-
Jazz, do you have a chip?
Like one to switch out?
Yes.
Like a decoy? Let me check. I don't know. Do I carry chips in my bag, or do I happen to have one?
You would. I have no narrative reason for you to have them. If you have one, I'm
Probably if you
more than
have it.
willing.
Where's my luck skill?
Yeah.
I know that I have luck. Let's see if I can roll a luck.
Luck is no. Luck doesn't work that way. You apply it to rolls to get results, and I forgot to mention that earlier with some of our questionable rolls.
Yeah, you probably have chips just to record stuff.
You make all of that content. Surely you have a spare one.
Oh, that's a fair point.
How about just on her person?
Yeah, all right.
I mean, what are you trying to do? I mean, that's what I'm looking for, Andy, so we can see if it's even.
Andy's wanting to start getting her memories into a format that can be transferred from her.
Okay, well, let's go for a few that you would know just because of that the attachment she has is a media attachment, allows her to film and record, and she has a chip she puts in and can remove when she's done recording.
And there's no chip in there right now, or we can't tell.
Well, you can tell because the chip is not there. We already determined that earlier. There may have been a chip there. And there is, there are ways they can possibly go in and get the memory if they need to.
But she did mention she hit the chip, which is why Chip is trying to search her.
She did mention that she hid the chip?
Yep.
Yeah, I said.
Oh, I missed that part.
She said she knew that people would look for it, so she's, it's not there in her head where you can find it. Yes, Apacho, hack the brain, something like that.
Just give us the chip. That's what we're here for.
You're here for the fucking box and getting me back.
No, we're here for the chip too.
I mean, we have her, so just toss her at Benedict and we'll figure it out after that. But we're currently shot at, guys.
Should we shoot back?
You'd be wasting bullets at this range.
I mean, not me.
This thing hate me.
I'm giving you this as happening within the first few seconds here. So, in your rear mirror, before you get too far, you are noticing the truck following you. Are your mirrors? I don't know if your truck you made it, so I'm gonna let you narratively.
Yeah, I'm hacked. I'm hacked into Frank, so chances are.
I was going to ask you that, Kitty. What does that look like when you're wired? I mean, is it just things in your neck? Are you full censored everything?
Yeah, I've basically got the wire going from behind the ear into the dashboard. And then I've also got the smart goggles. So that's why I'm seeing low light.
Very good. Show.
So basically you're getting the sensors and other things off the thing.
Yeah.
All right.
So I might even be flinching every time Frank gets hit by a bullet, just out of pure reaction.
All right, we're gonna do one roll. Let's see what happens here. Why am I always rolling 7s? 14 range. Since I didn't have the weapon up, let me look at my range chart right here.
Jesus. Almost strapless.
A object goes flying past you, hits the building right in front of you or right next to you, and blows up, sending shrapnel and parts of a building flying at you.
Oh, great.
Rocket missed you, but it hit the building right next to you as you're trying to get some altitude here.
Is it possible?
Before sorry. Go ahead.
Is it possible for me to shoot from the vehicle currently?
I will give you the opportunity.
Wait a second. I got
it. Okay, one at a time, please.
So sniper rifle has a range of, the optimal range is like 50 feet. So how far are we?
50 feet? Let me... You are
Meters.
definitely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, meters, yards, whatever.
Yeah, feet make a big difference. And let me double check your sheet here. I think I wrote it down on yours. Let's get to the right. Sniper rifle just runs off the table, and actually that's up to 800 yards, just so you know. So we're not quite there yet. So if you can get we're sitting at about 100 right now. So that's about 300 feet plus as you're pulling away.
So 100 feet, 100 meters?
Yeah. So you need to roll up. We'll give you a 15. If you can get a 15, we'll let you hit. What are you aiming at, by the way?
The driver of the vehicle.
We have rolled a 20 for the people at home.
Yes. And the vehicle runs into a side of a building and just stops.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You didn't kill him, but it starts up, but you shot him through the window and it hurt.
Very discouraging.
Very distracting, too. So, wasn't a lot of damage, but it definitely.
Remind me to buy you bigger bullets.
Where are we dropping our cargo off?
We're taking it back as far as I knew, but I got an idea to get the rest of them off our tail. Riker, I need to see her for a second. Hey, Missy, first off, we will fix you up if you help us get the actual chip. Secondly, does this chip look like the chip that you hit?
No, I'm not giving you the fucking chip. That's the reason you're here, is one of the things that I made with Vinny. And sure, that looks like the standard chip you plug into just about anything.
Neat. Okay, we'll talk about the other thing later. I lean out the back window. Here, you just take the fucking chip! And I throw it down.
Nice.
I don't know if they'd be able to hear you real well from there, especially with gunfire going on. And chips are only like, this big.
So the shot
comes in.
You can do it. I'm not going to stop you.
Wait, what would I do to aim it at somebody's head? Because that would
It would be a throw. And I don't think you can even throw it that far.
And not if you're already at like.
I mean, I have the altitude to help me with that.
Yeah, it would be more of a drop than a throw at a certain point.
Yeah.
just feed it into one of the jet engines and just ping it.
Okay, I'm trying to find where that would be.
No, it's an action. I can't even remember where it is, so it's not even. You're not going to hit anything with that. I mean, have you ever tried just throwing something that light? But yeah, you can scream that out as much as you want. Now,
well, what would I be able to use to project that? Because I have a pretty loud voice being a singer.
Yeah, I don't think you have any equipment that would allow you to yell 300 plus feet to somebody who's in a vehicle shooting guns while you're in jets all over the place and people screaming and buildings.
That's fair. That was worth a shot.
All right. Okay, I was pulling up the map because somebody asked a very good question and I wasn't ready for it. So let's get it brought up. A map. That's the wrong map. I believe you are headed for, Little Europe, Vinny's hometown.
Right.
I'm going to take the long way around.
You mean you don't want to go right over the hot zone?
Oh, well, no.
Chip has already voiced that plan and it has been vetoed.
Yes. I'm not sucking up that much dust into the engines.
Well, it isn't the dust as much as the radiation.
Yeah.
All right, which way are you going around? North side, south side?
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I don't have a map, so I'm gonna all I'm trying to do. Yeah,
Yes, I'll pop one up.
All I want to make sure is that we're not going to be followed.
At this point, I don't know. None of the vehicles on the ground are going to follow you.
Yeah.
She will keep watch with her solo eyes.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that they don't have air as well. Plus, driving in a straight beeline, who knows?
You're muted.
Yeah, thank you. Give me just a second. I'm looking up. But you guys are, since we didn't pick a north or south, after about 20 minutes, half hour, I mean, it's going to take you a little bit of maybe like a half hour to zip across town. I mean, even at 200 miles an hour, if you can, whatever it says you can possibly max out at, yeah, you're going to be pushing your engines a little bit. So,
yeah.
So I don't expect it to take long, but I'm looking up something. And of course, when you're looking for it, when you need it.
Because I also don't want to, I mean, we just came out of a firefight. I don't want to be attracting the cops' attention.
I'm pretty sure the cops' attentions are all back at the place.
Yeah.
If they even bother to respond to a shitty neighborhood like that.
Yeah.
What's that? There's a firefight? Oh, we'll wait until it stops and then we'll pick up the bodies.
Yeah.
They had rocket launchers.
Hell yeah. You're going to see a couple AV2s in the distance.
Which distance? Behind?
Coming from, I'm going to look at the map real quick. Yeah, coming from what looks to be over the hot zone. I'm going to say you guys went the southern route because that would be actually kind of quicker.
Yeah.
It looks like they're coming across the hot zone towards you.
I'll slow her down. Just to, can I recognize them?
AV2s are what normally are used by police.
Yeah. I'm slowing it down so we look like normal air traffic.
We could be our med tech selves. Do we have a
give me a perception check?
We are a business.
Yes, a perfectly legal operating business. Nothing.
How poorly did we do?
16.
16? Not too bad from, and that would be Cupid, I believe, was the one I should have directed that to, since she was the one saying she was looking out, as well as the driver. So both 26. Of you. Oh.
Cupid is seeing into the future.
She can see into the future enough to know that these do not appear to be police. You guys have a few options here. I'm giving you a minute or two to make choices, as they definitely are headed towards you, according to your onboard radar, etc. I'm not going to hide it.
If they don't look like police, what do they look like? Are they
unmarked?
They look like people about to shoot. So do you want me to shoot them?
Unmarked.
Maybe not shoot everything.
Okay, so go faster.
Going faster. I'll try to lose him. So I'm going to start going low.
All right. Just because it's 11 o'clock of my time, I don't want to get much further into this, because this is going to be a vehicle combat chase scene.
Woohoo!
Oh, God.
Sweet.
While you're in the air, so.
Well, better in the air than on the ground.
Well, I'm just thinking that fall might be the one that kills you.
Yeah.
That's what the parachutes are for.
It's this-
Low altitude parachutes.
It's the stop that kills you.
Oh, very good.
By the way, just out of curiosity, would Gamble have worked for what I was trying to do with the fake chip?
If they could have, without having the roll, I didn't catch it because of just the feasibility. Yeah, I mean, the potential was there to work, at least temporarily, to distract them.
Yeah.
So they tried to check it. And then when they get your new music list, you know.
I didn't say there was stuff on it.
Yeah,
But
your
no.
dress.
Gambling is just playing games of chance. That's what the skill's for.
So,
Okay, so it would
But-
not have worked for that.
No.
oh, game's a chance. Okay. Persuasion would probably are the equivalent. Yeah.
Okay, I just was curious.
So,
Good
Yeah.
spot. Yeah. This makes
yeah,
sense.
this is a good spot because I don't want to, because I could easily lead to a much longer couple hours. Hello. But, and I know it's getting late for some of you guys. I think it's like 1 o'clock for a few of you.
It's midnight for me.
Oh, you're only an hour ahead. Okay. So I didn't want to go. But yeah, we're going to leave it here. That gives us about, we're going to go in hot starting next session. So we're going to be rolling vehicle combat rules and everything so we can have a little opportunity to read up on them.
Okay. I'll make sure.
I was listening to him earlier today. I expected us maybe to get a little further. So, but that's where we're going to be sitting because I
That's
think
us.
I will give you an opportunity if you want to try to question her while we got a couple seconds here, or you want to look over anything or investigate so you can go in with some knowledge for the break here before we come back.
Chip was absolutely trying to pat her down, regardless of the fact that she's objecting.
I'm looking at the chip being the size of your just, maybe a inch by inch. So
Yeah, I mean,
very,
like,
you tell me how great of a sexual assault you're doing.
I'm checking pockets.
Okay.
There is a
Okay.
reveal object skill used specifically for this, for looking for stuff.
Yes. I will let him do that. I forgot about that skill. Yes, I'm still learning some of the uses, but yes.
Search for objects. What would that be under? Awareness?
So reveal object.
There
I
it
lost
is.
My tabs.
I got a 14. Just, check front pocket, check back pocket.
Give me a second because somehow I lost.
No, you're good.
There we are. There we are. Lost my screen. So I'm going to roll a D10 for her and do the math. And okay. You actually tied.
I don't know how that works in this game.
I'm gonna. You will find it, or what you believe is a chip on chip. Chip finds a chip.
Chip.
It's not a chip. It isn't a chocolate
Cheerio.
chip.
Well, that's going to get old real fast.
Where was it hidden on her?
Well, Chip said he was looking in pockets.
Mhm.
Well, it wasn't in a pocket. Brazier,
I mean,
the pocket here, under the.
we can say he lost that role because Chip's not going to do that.
I had her hiding it in a very
Fall out.
feminine place, so.
Or
I
did it fall out while she was wiggling around?
Or he got the roll. I'm going to give it to him. You guys really
Okay.
can't see the information right now, and it could come in handy.
Just like, give it to me. Grabs shirt, pulls hard. Chip flies.
She tries to grab for it, too. No, that's my. Okay, and I'm assuming there's a struggle and you'll get it. We're in a thing here.
Yep.
So.
You know,
Chip.
Chip flies out, hits the floor. Chip. The storage device flies out, hits the floor. There we go. We got this, boys. 100%. Hits the floor. Chip just like stiff arms her, grabs her by the face, puts her into the wall, and then grabs the chip. Chip grabs the storage device. I hate this.
About
such
this,
a stream
about
of conscious player. I can't think and talk at the same time.
We'll come up with a slang term for these
Yeah.
Right.
storage devices.
Can you stop
All right.
molesting the client, please?
I'm not.
Chip, about this time you get a call on your agent, which is
Oh,
in grade, by the way.
oh my god. Answers phone, has elbow pushing woman. against the
I'm
wall.
here, sir. Where are you?
Oh shit.
And this is where we end.
Oh, the poor.
We're gonna need another intern.
I keep forgetting we had an intern. Oh no. Luckily, they are only 200 credits apiece.
I'm not going back for him, Chip.
All right, I'm gonna get you a robot dog next, okay?
All right, guys, we got to wind it down here and
Yeah.
call her a night. But
Oh,
I enjoyed myself as always. I just, I always plan expecting we're going to get further than we are, but I've had that problem for years when it comes to gaming.
And thank you, Weave the Tail, for the raid at the end there.
Oh, yes.
You came in at a weird time.
yes. It's an uncomfortable moment.
Sometimes you got to do things for roleplay that you're just like, I don't want to do this.
But no, just a reminder, you guys, because if somebody goes in here, Chip should get an answering machine. Your agent can answer for you with a pre-programmed AI.
I only do that for the people I'm trying to avoid, like the IRS and most of my alimony money.
Oh, you were married? That's
Yes,
news.
I am deciding that now. Yes, I was married at one point.
Okay.
Someone actually married you?
It wasn't for long.
And it wasn't for love; it was for money, right? Hers.
Yeah, it was for
Or theirs, excuse me. Theirs.
A marriage of convenience. Yeah.
How do you think I got my starting capital? It was the producers all the way down.
All right, guys, let's give a good night to everybody here. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Sit back, enjoy the ride. We're on our way. One track, no turning back. Forget yesterday. Unknown destination, aiming for the sky. So high, so high, so high. Killing frustration, we're doing it all to survive the night.